Hi, I am Anna Rose. I am the CEO and co-founder of VideoPath, an interactive video solution for content marketers and brands. I'm here at TOA 2016, and I'm sitting with Ralf Kollmann.
Hello,
Ralf,
thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm running a music label called Mobilee Records here in Berlin. Started more than 10 years ago. And there were pretty exciting times, and we were still like pressing vinyl at that time when we started. And from that point until now, the company developed into, let's say, like a full-on entertainment business with booking agency, artist management. We are doing our own event series, and so on. And beside that, I'm also an executive board member of the Association of Electronic Music, the AFEM. And that is also a very exciting
Tell me
adventure.
a little bit about how you got into music. So you started this 10 years ago. What were you doing before?
I have a advertising, marketing, event sponsoring, event marketing background. So, but I was also always like a passionate music lover, and let's say I was a raver. Yeah? So when I was 16, 17, that was in the early 90s, I discovered techno music as I don't know, like a mind-bending experience. I don't know. It was like I really like inhaled that. It was like kind of my lifestyle. Yeah? So I wasn't a hippie. I wasn't a punk. Yeah? For me, techno was like my rebellion and my teenage culture. Let's say.
Did you know it? Did you think at the time that you might eventually work in that?
I was always like dreaming about that because. So when I really like something and discover something I'm really interested in, I'm really like try to learn everything about it. You know, I was reading all the magazines. I knew everything about every DJ, about every music label, and so on. Yeah. I even like knew like the editorials of the electronic music magazines and like knew who was writing about what, and so on. And I don't know. I had a really good idea about the whole like network behind electronic music in Germany at that time, and I think this nerdy thing I had maybe helped me also to then become a professional and like change the sides, like from the dance floor to somebody who was like maybe putting some strings now behind the curtain.
What do you think? I mean, the music industry has changed dramatically. I used to work in music myself.
Yeah.
You're working now over the last 10 years mostly in electronic music. Mm-hmm. What's it like? Have you noticed changes? Is there a different way of doing business nowadays?
Absolutely. It's turned upside down. This is when I just said like we were like pressing vinyl 10 years ago. But we already started when the whole music industry was changing. Like the environment was like dramatically changing. So we're not coming from a point where we had this huge success. You know, we started our business in an environment where it was really, really difficult to survive. Yeah? And but I think this is one of the reasons why we're so successful nowadays. Because we constantly needed to adapt to a new situation. You know, from let's say physical distribution to digital distribution, now to streaming, and like and because like the music revenues were like decreasing, we always needed to be creative and like find new income sources.
What kind of income sources are you guys now working with?
So the music side is still running really well, and I must say like the streaming is definitely picking up more and more, and it's definitely an interesting business and developing more in the future. But yeah, so as an independent music company, we also need to work very close with our own artist collective. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like taking care of their PR and social media. And we are also the booking agent for them. We have a booking department, and we are doing our own events. Yeah? So like this all together makes sense. And well, it's like the classic 360-degree model, yeah? And it works also in music these days. And like digitalization also helped to cut out a lot of middle mans, let's say.
Totally.
So like the classic music structure had like everything separated. There was like the publisher, the record company, the tour and concert manager, yeah, and the manager, and the PR agent, you know. And this is like all under one roof.
What skill set do you think you now need to work in music? Because it sounds like the way that you're approaching this is so different than it used to be. It used to be you actually did have a role.
Yeah.
What is it like? Like, what do you need to be able to do this?
It's like you need to be very curious. It's a music industry became a very, very complex topic. And especially if you think about the rights situation. Most of the rights, a lot of rights situations are not cleared yet. You know, if you think about like the developments with SoundCloud, with even YouTube, and like a lot of streaming platforms, and there are so many platforms where they're just operating, but they don't really have the license or the rights to do that. You know, there's BATV, Dance Trippin', they're like platforms who are just like broadcasting live from clubs and whatever. Even every DJ mix you find in the internet is like not legal.
Yeah.
Yeah? On the other hand, I don't know, like if somebody is like making a mix privately at home and like uploading it on SoundCloud, it's nothing else than the mixtape you did in the 90s for the girl you like.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to be realistic about that, and we need to see, okay, where's commercial use there, and where it's just like a new reality we are facing and we need to deal with. But the biggest problem is that the classic music industry, the classic music structures, they're like too big, too old school, yeah, to adapt to that. Yeah, they're just too slow, and also they're just running after. And this is like the advantage of a independent or smaller company. I don't like the word independent because it has like kind of a negative
Connotation.
Yeah, connotation. But I think a small company like us is so flexible. Yeah? And like we totally understand what's going on out there. Yeah?
And you must constantly have to run and change and adapt, but you're small and you can do it.
Yeah. So like my strategy is like to instead of just running after the next big innovation, yeah, try to create it together with technology partners.
Nice.
Yeah? And this is also one of the reasons why I'm attending a conference like TOA, because this is exactly what we need to do. You know, we need to find solutions together, the content provider and the technology partners.
Very
and
cool. Tell me a little bit, this is not your first time at TOA.
It's my first time.
It's your first time at TOA.
Yeah.
But you're from Berlin. This is the
true.
place to be.
Yeah. But I spend a lot of time on other like tech conferences around the world. So, and if I would have known like last year already that this is like in front of my doorstep. Yeah.
What do you think about TOA? It's the first time you're here. It's a group of all sorts of different interdisciplinary people. What do you think about it?
I'm so impressed. It's like the spirit. Yeah? It's in a way it's like the new Berlin spirit that the conference is like reflecting. You know, Berlin was always standing for underground culture and club culture and music and art and all that stuff. Yeah? But now we have a new component here in Berlin. It's like a new spirit. It's a kind of a new deal. And that also like music and technology is happening here, and like these two worlds are like coming together. This is just like Berlin 2016. Very
cool. Quick question: what do you see maybe as a future of this? The future of music. What do you see coming down the pipeline?
Okay, future of music. Well, this is like very difficult to predict.
Yeah.
There's so much. I think we have so much homework to do to deal with the actual situation. Virtual reality is around the corner, which is probably also like bringing new opportunities and like and also like talking about like music rights, you know, this is like a new level.
Wow.
At one point probably, if music and visuals are connected again. But I'm very passionate about like the music recognition software, or music recognition technology, fingerprinting systems. So, because like one of the problems we have is a fair and one-by-one royalty distribution. Yeah? So a lot of money is collected by collecting societies all around the world, and most of it is going into black pools, and then distributed, divided by a weird algorithm, let's say. But we have the technology since like years, you know, and like if I talk to anybody here, everybody's like says, "What? Why is that not working?" If like a track is played in a club in London, in New York, or in Berlin, yeah. So why not? Why does the author not getting like €1.50 for that play? Because if a club is paying like 40, 50, 60,000 grand a year, you know, that's probably the payout, fair play.
And that's all the different, these are maybe in the rights management and stuff, the middle management, the middle ground has still not been cut out.
Absolutely, and there's like a lot of development in this area, and this is very exciting to see.
Well, I'm really excited that we got a chance to talk about this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here at TOA next year.